Sea of Hopes. With all the talk about Microsoft's first-party games recently, I want to ask whether anyone else on the inbox has actually played it. I don't know why it hasn't had a proper open beta yet, but I played the closed beta and really enjoyed it. It's only really the graphics that tell you it's a rare game, but trying to organize what you're doing with 3 other people is a lot of fun. Heroes for Hire. I don't want to burst that reader's bubble, but if you read the small print on that Avengers quote in GC's story, it says that it'll be a game players will play for years to come. Maybe it's just me, but that does not sound like a linear single-player game. That sounds like exactly what you were hoping it wouldn't be. At the very least, it's going to be a multiplayer game, and most likely it'll be a games as a service. BioWare's Destiny. I think that reader talking about BioWare being coded by EA is onto something. Just hours after reading that on the inbox, I saw this story which basically says that almost everyone at BioWare is working on Anthem now, and that if it's not a hit then the studio is basically doomed. Apparently there's a small team working on Dragon Age 4, but I assume that's not going to happen until after Anthem. Assuming it's a hit. Countdown to E3. I see we're only in January and we're already talking about E3, but then I suppose most companies start planning for it even earlier than this? I don't know how it works, to be honest, but it's obviously such an institution by this point that I assume it's all a well-oiled machine. 90 Jones. As we all wait for Nintendo to make their major announcements for the year, I'm sure I'm not the only one that's most looking forward to new IP. Not that Nintendo sequels have been bad lately, obviously, but I'm really hoping Splatoon and ARMS wasn't a short-lived phase they were going through. Source material. That was a great review of Arc System's latest coruscating brawler, guys. But Dragon Ball FighterZ would have to be very, very special to surpass Astro Boy, Omega Factor as the best anime tie-in game for me. Oh treasure, how I miss you dearly. I'm certain I'll derive immense satisfaction from the Dragon Ball FighterZ though, because the fighting in it looks absolutely spectacular. Judging by what I've witnessed so far, the game's Super Saiyan power levels are at least around the 150 million mark. Permanent fixture. Count me in as another that's in favor of Game Pass. I haven't got it yet, but if works as promised and Microsoft announce a bunch more good-looking first-party games, then I'll pay that much for it. My question though is whether these games are going to stay there for good. Because if it is really like Netflix, then things come and go, which is fine with shows and films, but not if you're playing a game.